We are still in a no by July, so let's see what I picked out of my big product bin to try. So let's play with makeup. All right, I have a confession. Although I have not bought any makeup, I did, with the 2-day Prime sale, pick up some new Sigma brushes, and these are a fairly new launch of theirs. These are their soft coverage brushes. So I picked up 4 of them. They were on massive sale. They're regularly, I believe, $25, and they were on sale for $16. So I picked them up because I've been eyeing them. So I thought that was a great time to pick them up. But everything else in my little bucket here was all in my products that I have picked up and thrown in my to try bin. So this is what we're going to play with today, and I'm excited. So let's get started. Let's talk about the products I'm going to try today. I have this newer foundation. Now, I believe this might just be a repackaging of a foundation from Profusion, but this is the Feel Good Skin Longwear Skin Perfector. So we're going to give this a try. I've got the Gilded Milani Terra. So I think I'm going to go with some greens today. I'm excited about giving this a try. I picked this up quite some time ago, but this was the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Face. Got this actually on Amazon a while ago. So I'm being forced to try it, which is great. I have this new Brow Like a Boss brow gel from Essence. I'm not sure how this is going to go because it's like a brush. So we'll see how that works out. Might have to do a little repair. I have a new lipstick combination I want to try. This is the Revolution, which is the Relove by Makeup Revolution. This is their Super Fill Lip Liner. And then I have a Wet n Wild Rich Satin lipstick to try. I've got the new Essence lip oil, and then the Lumi, the Lumi blush from L'Oreal, and I picked up this. I believe it's in the Glowy Worth It medium. So this is kind of this deeper red color. So I'm excited to give that a try. I'm retrying this Maybelline Superstay Concealer. This is one of my holy grail contours. Let's see, I'll just be putting on my lashes. Today I'll be wearing my falsies, but I thought I would give this Rimmel Curve Alert Mascara Scandalize. We'll give this mascara a try, but then I'm going to be wearing my standard falsies, and so that's it. So let's get started. I am going to start with the under eyes. I'm going to go ahead and throw on this Maybelline. This is 30 hours. Now, I don't know about you, but I ain't wearing concealer for 30 hours. I've got enough creasing and fine lines and wrinkles underneath my eyes. I don't need to keep my my concealer on for that long. So I don't see really any claims except that it's 30 hour and it's active wear. I do have this in actually a pretty light color. So we're going to see. It's been a while since I've used this. So I'm going to use this too as just my color corrector if it'll work. And let me see. Like, this is almost white. I really should get a darker color. But we'll see how it goes down. Let me see what color this is. It says 05, which not sure what that means. I'm guessing that this is like a light. Oh, here we go. This is a 30-hour wear, second skin, full coverage, transfer resistant, natural matte finish. So we'll see here. I am just going to use my fingers to pat this in. Now, So let's talk about finishes. We've got natural finish, we've got glowy, we've got dewy, we have matte, semi-matte, satin. So this is claiming to be a natural, this is what I say, a natural second skin, natural matte finish. So this is not going to give you a dewy or glowy or well hydrated under eye look. It is going to be a little more matte, which is why it is a little longer wear. Well, according to that, 30 hours. Longer wear tends to be more your matte finishes. And so I prefer either hydrating, which would be considered dewy under eye because my eyes are so crepey and dry. I usually try to stay away from a matte or a matte natural or a semi-matte, but sometimes you just need a good matte under eye. And so I want to give this a try. I'm hoping that it's not too drying during the day. I don't quite remember my thoughts on this, so that's why I'm giving it a try again. We are going to try this Profusion. Now, Profusion's sold at Walmart, and I have tried their products a while ago. I'll probably, once we're out of this No by July, and into the fall, maybe do a full face of Profusion. Just because it's been so long since I've tried their eyeshadows, their blushes, all of that. So this is the Profusion Feel Good Skin Long Wear Skin Perfector. It's cruelty-free and vegan. It contains hyaluronic acid, it's vitamin E infused, and it's a medium to full coverage, and it's a natural satin finish. And SPF 15. So a natural satin finish is going to be not matte, but not dewy. So it's just going to kind of give a very soft glow to the skin without being overly glowy and without being matte. So I like that. I got this in light 210. This is the cool pink. So we'll see how this works. Okay, so it's just a turn up tube like that. That's pretty nice. I believe that this is a 1 fluid ounce, which is pretty standard. I'm just gonna go ahead and pump this on the back of my hand today. Okay, we keep pumping and pumping. Ah, there we go. Okay, so there is, so it's a little bit runny, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try one of these new Sigma brushes. And I'm gonna use the Soft Sculpt F11. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna use the Soft Sculpt F11 for this. So I'm just actually going to paint it on here. Now, it does have a heavy fragrance. What is that? It smells like citrusy, florally. So if you are not a fan of fragrance, you're probably not going to like this foundation because it does have a fragrance to it. Now, I actually like how this is going on. It is definitely giving a more satin natural look, and it is a pretty decent coverage. I don't know that if it would be buildable or not, but I would definitely say that this is a medium coverage. I'm hoping that the fragrance goes away. But right now it's still, I can still smell it. Not a deal breaker for me unless it's something where the scent doesn't go away. The color match is not too bad, which is nice. It is a cool tone, which is what I tend to gravitate towards. So we'll see how this holds up and goes. I mean, I'm liking it so far. Let's see, you want to see what it looks like? I'll let you know as we go continue what the smell continues to be. Let's go ahead and just do some bronzing. I'm gonna do my contour here that I normally do. And this is the ColourPop Laguna Beach cream bronzer. Just love the way this goes on, the way it feels. Now I'm going to try the Soft Sculpt Soft Coverage F48. And this is more of that dome angled brush. I'm going to use the other one for the blush, but I'm going to use this to go ahead and just blend in the bronzer. We're starting obviously with the face today. You know, it's interesting how we get into a pattern of how we put our makeup on. I very rarely put on my eyeshadow first. Now I use my makeup to kind of help me determine my look for the day, depending on how I wear my makeup. Kind of depends on, it almost more determines how I get dressed for the day than, I actually don't pick well, sometimes I pick out my outfits first and then kind of do the makeup around it. Like I'll pick out my whole week's outfits. And then sometimes I switch it up based on my makeup look. But for the most part, I let my makeup look determine what I wear for that day. So I may pick out stuff for the week and then figure out how I'm going to make those all work together. So far I'm really impressed with the brushes. They're soft. I mean, I love Sigma brushes, so they're definitely worth the investment for sure. Let's go ahead and use the Butter Glow Face palette, and we'll go ahead and dig into the bronzer in here, which is the Butter Bronzer. Does it have a color? It just says bronzer, so it must just be, this is their Muro Butter Bronzer, and I'm guessing it's just in the color bronzer. It's pretty light, so we're just going to use that. I'm going to just do my big Sigma brush. This is the F30. We're just going to tap into this and then just kind of set in the bronzer just to give it I am still, you know, we're a couple minutes into doing this. I can still smell the foundation a little bit. So I'm not super excited about that. I'm liking how it's looking so far, I think. We'll just have to keep playing. Okay, now let's see here. Let's go on with the blush. So we're going to try this Lumi blush from L'Oreal, and this is their darkest shade. And let's see, does it have any claims on here? No. Let's see. Again, this is glowy. So I think they have like more of a matte and then they have more of a glow. And so this is the glowy Worth It medium. They don't have a really large shade collection. I want to say there's only like 6 or 8 of these, but no claims under here. Let's see what this looks like. Ooh, this is very dark, as you can see, but it's a doe foot applicator. I'm just going to put a little dot on my hand, and let's see how this, wow, that's a really pretty color. But this color is going to go a long, long way, as you can tell. I mean, that was just one tiny dot. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Soft Angled Chic F43, and I'm just going to put the brush in what I just put on my hand, and we'll use that for my face. Probably should have not blended it out so much on my hand. In fact, we'll just do, so I'm just going to take a little bit, I'm going to like actually wipe it off and just put a tiny little dot there. And then I'm going to just kind of rub the brush around on my hand and then apply. I definitely think this is a buildable blush. You could definitely build it up. It definitely has a glow to it. Ooh, that's really pretty. I'm finding that I have been liking this more, leaning towards not berry, but more of a red tone blush. There's a Milani Cheek Kiss that I've been playing with that I'll probably feature in my next video. And I've really been liking the way that makes my cheeks look. So here is that. That's just putting it on the back of my hand and blending it into my cheeks. That looks pretty. I know it doesn't look like much probably to you because of the heavy lighting, but I'm impressed by that. I am just going to set this very lightly with the blush that's in this palette, and it's the Beach Peachy Butter Blush. I think this is also the Maru Butter Blush. I think that's how it's pronounced. That's not my that's not my specialty. I'm going to use the Sigma Large Angled, well, this says contour, but I like to use this for my cheeks. So I'm just going to touch this a little bit just to give this a little set. And that's actually pretty pigmented for the just a little bit I put on the brush. That's nice. Okay. So, all right, now let's move on to the eyes. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. I've used this before. I really, really like this product. I actually like both aspects of this product. I like the pen part of it, and then I actually like the gel at the end. It does a very good job of holding. And then we're gonna try this Essence Brow Like a Boss Ink Brow Gel. Now, I'm not super excited about this particular brush, but I'm going to use this, and if I have to go in and fix with this, I will. So this looks like it's going to be pretty thick. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to like this, but I'm going to use it. You can see the brush is kind of angled. So I'm just going to kind of lightly start going in and just coloring in the brow. Yeah, not really liking how this is functioning. Not really my my preferred method. In fact, there's other like the Maybelline ones are like this. There's a NYX one that's very similar to this. Yeah, not liking how that is going on. So I'm actually going to wipe that off and just use the Build-A-Brow. So give me a second. Okay, luckily we don't really have too much on right now. I'm only going to take a little bit of that foundation off. I'll go back and put that on with my foundation brush here and just kind of fill in that area that I just kind of took away. So let's just start over again. That is definitely not a product that I enjoy, and I will probably stay away from those in the future. So let me just go ahead, give this a little shake, and we'll go ahead and get my brows done. So we're just a week or so away from the Olympics starting. Is there anything, any event that is your favorite? I'd love to hear what events you're excited about for the Olympics. I am a huge indoor volleyball fan, and I am a huge swimming fan, and I like the gymnastics. But my two favorite, for sure, by far, are the indoor volleyball and swimming. And then, oh, I don't like how this is going on. Why is this doing this? Uh-oh, we might have a little bit of an issue going on here. That's weird. I've never had it do this. That's weird. Now I am under some very bright lights and it is definitely warm. Let's see if we can redeem this a little bit. Well, that's just gonna have to work for now. Put a little bit of we're gonna let the eyeshadow really talk today. Let's see, we've got the brows done. Okay, so let's move on to eyeshadow. So today I am going to do a green look out of this palette. Now this palette has a lot of variety in it, which is nice. I definitely like the purple shades. I like the green. I'm not so much into the more neutral colors, but you could do a really great variety of looks with this. But today I feel like I would like to do something green. So I'm gonna start off with this like a moss color, which is this one right here. And we're gonna start out, actually, let me think here. Actually, I'm gonna start out with Bloom in the crease, just to kind of set down a color. We'll see how this goes. Now, I'm not putting on any primer today. I always like to see how these hold up. I really, really have been liking that Pretty Smart eye primer that I tried last week. I've been using that, and so far everything has been going on really great with that. They've been blending really well. This seems to be blending nice. Definitely some, it's more definitely powdery. There's a lot of kick up with it, but it's going down fairly evenly and fairly nice. All right, I'm gonna switch this with my switch. We'll go in with that Like a Moss. Now that Like a Moss is definitely a more, it's definitely more of a shimmer color. Oh, well, I guess I tapped off a little too much or didn't get enough on there. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better. And it is definitely a shimmer. And like I said before, I don't mind putting shimmer. Does it tend to highlight more creasing or texture that you might have on your eyelid? Yes. But so that's looking like so far. Not super impressed so far with this. Now I feel like this color is going on a little more patchy than the other one did. Yeah, definitely going on a little more patchy than I expected. It's a pretty color, but not overly impressed by it so far. It does seem a little patchy. I am noticing with the foundation, I can still smell it, which is not a good thing. But I am noticing it starting to break up on my forehead and around my nose. It's starting to settle into a little bit of my wrinkles around my mouth, which, I do get some even with my favorite ones, but the smell, this fragrance is pretty strong and not my favorite. Oh, and this was the Sigma E40 brush. Now I'm going to go in with the Sigma E45, and I'm going to go into Belief, which is this darker one out in the outer corner. And you can see it's pretty, it almost looked like hard pan in this. And then it's pretty, you know, dusty and powdery. But we'll use this in the outer corner. Gosh, I still feel like this is going on. Patchy. Maybe I should have put down a primer. Maybe a primer would have helped. Yeah, it's definitely breaking up around my nose too. Oh, that's a bummer. I really like, you know, trying drugstore products. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And I don't know if you can see, but it is going on a bit patchy. And this might be one I have to wear a primer with, just because it is patching up. Maybe with a primer, it wouldn't do that as much. So let's see here. I'm gonna go in with Sage Advice on the lid. Oh, that's a pretty color. We'll see how it goes on. Oh, I like how that went on with my finger. Ooh, that is a really pretty color. Wow. I don't think I have a green that's quite like this. Wow, that's really pretty. Well, this might be the redemption of the look. We'll have to see. And then I think I'm going to use the Enjoy the View, which is this one right here. This one right here. In the brow bone, I'll use my E30, the pencil brush. And this is use this up here on the brow bone. And then we'll use it in the inner corner. Not blending as well as I had hoped. And I feel like the concealer has disappeared on me. Haven't done anything to it, but it definitely doesn't feel like it is, it really has done a whole lot of coverage for a full coverage concealer. So I will have to see with that a little bit more. But here is the eye look. We'll probably save it, redeem it a little bit by getting the lashes on. Wow. Yeah, not one of my favorite looks. I mean, that green on the lid is spectacular. It's too bad that that seems to be the only color I'm really excited about in this so far. But let's go ahead and get the eyes on. I'm not going to be doing any tight lining today. I do want to make my eyes a little brighter and bigger. And even though I have a little bit of a dramatic look on, I'm still going for something a little more casual with how I'm dressing today. So we're going to go a less dramatic with the eyes. And so let's go ahead and try this Rimmel Curve Alert Scandal Eyes. Lifts and plumps every lash. Volume and curl. Deny gravity brush. Deny gravity brush. Okay. It says it is a lifts and plumps every lash. Defy gravity brush covers the entire lash line to capture lift and plump every lash up to 12 times more volume and 70% more lift. Ophthalmologist tested. Suitable for contact lens wearers and sensitive eyes. That's good. Okay, so let's give this a try. Now, Rimmel is a brand that you don't see as often, but I have found a few products like last week's eyeshadow palette that I have just really fallen in love with. And so since this says that it curls, let's try it on my natural lash without putting any curl. Now, my natural lashes are stubborn, straight, and point downward a little bit. So this says it gives plump and lifts. So let's see. So it's a curved brush. And let's just go ahead and see here. Now, you might wonder why I put on mascara when I'm putting on false lashes. This is actually doing a fairly nice job of curling. It is not a super wet formula. It's not super dry, but it's not super wet. And it's doing a nice job of lifting my stubborn lashes. I'll have to try this on days where I don't, kind of like the eye enhancer by CoverGirl. I've really been enjoying that. It does a nice job of curling and holding the curl. So it's not dramatic, but it's nice. And then I like wearing mascara with my falsies because I kind of press them in together so that they blend a little easier, so that it looks, so that there's not as much of a separation between my natural lash and the false lash. And I really do like I wear pretty much the same one, although I am going to be trying some new styles here in August. I've already put them in my cart to try. Some that are a little more dramatic. I do have some that I'm going to probably try that I haven't tried yet that are in my bin to try. But today, going with the look I'm going with, I just figured I'd do my normal 421 Ardell Demi Wispies. This is not as great of a bottom lash just because the brush is so big. I like using a smaller brush than this. But I'm learning that it's better to put on my bottom lashes before I put on my falsies. So that is a tip. Put on your bottom lashes before you put on your falsies. So that's not too bad. I mean, it's not dramatic difference with just one coat. So I'll have to play with it some more to see if I can get it to be a little more dramatic with more coats. Yeah, I'm still smelling the foundation. Yeah, kind of an epic fail with the foundation. All right, let me just go ahead and start lining. And I use this liner glass glue. It just makes it so much easier to put on lashes and give you, and blend the band. They do this in clear as well, which I have, but the black just works for me. So go ahead and get these on. And again, I try to reuse these like 5 times is usually about what I get out of lashes. I do try to take really good care of them by removing the glue and just really taking my time with maintaining them so that they last a little longer. Again, I really loved my lash extensions, but with swimming, it just was too much to try to keep it all together. I know I say that probably every time, but I know you're probably gasping that I'm using tweezers around my eyes, but this is what I find gives me the easiest and best control of my lashes. So I just love how these lashes look. They are just so, so pretty. And so let's go ahead and get this one on. Now I am finding that this is a little harder to get the glue over this particular eyeshadow, which is interesting. There are some that I have issues with getting it on and some that I don't. But this is having a little more of a challenge for me, which is not completely unexpected when you're dealing with foiled shadows or shimmer shadows. Okay, so here are the lashes on. Let's finish off the eye line with my Master Precise that I always use just to blend the lines together. So here is the eye look. Here is the finished look. Not super impressed. We'll talk about that more. I am going to go do my hair, get dressed, and then we will play with this lip combination. So I will be right back. Okay, back and hair is done and we are ready to put on the finishing touches. We are going to put on this Super Fill lip liner, and this is in the color Glam. This is a product that I believe you can only pick up at Walmart. And I had a hard time trying to find a link online for you guys, so I've listed it below. Now with Walmart, it may show out of stock for me, but it might be in stock where you are at. So the one I have linked is this one, and in my area it's out of stock, although I picked this up in store. And so Relove is the more even affordable brand than Makeup Revolution, and Makeup Revolution is very affordable. I think this pencil liner was $2, which is a lot like the e.l.f. Cream Glides that I really, really like. So let's see how this... So this is just a traditional wood pencil. Oh, this is actually a lot lighter than I thought it was going to be. Wow. That is very light. You can see that it's actually lighter than my lips. Interesting. Well, that's not going to really work for me. I need something that's going to at least... Oh, that's a disappointment. I thought that would be a lot darker, but it is pretty light on my lips. So let's go ahead and try this Wet n Wild over top of it. And this is their new Rich Satin. And this is in Hush Little Beige. Is that what this is? Yep, Hush Little Beige. So this is just a standard bullet lipstick. And I like bullet lipsticks. Oh, this is a pretty color. This is actually more what I thought the lip liner would look like, not as light as that turned out to be on my lips. It's definitely very satin. It's very creamy. And again, this is not going to be a product that is going to hold up all day long. Not like your long wears will. So that it's a little more peachy nude than I expected. I guess Hush Little Beige should have given that away. I thought it would be a little more mauve-y than it is. But there are the lips. Let's put on the Essence Lip Oil. And I think this is one of their new ones. And this is in Pink Champagne. I believe they have like, I'm going to say they have 5 or 6 colors in this. I like the e.l.f. lip. Ooh, wow. That feels very nice. That's nice. All right, so here is the final look, and I will insert a what it looks like in natural light. Although it's a cloudy, kind of gloomy day, I will insert what it looks like in natural light. So let's talk about the products. Not a super successful try on today. Although it doesn't look terrible on camera, I'm definitely still smelling the scent of this Profusion foundation. So this is definitely going to have to be a no. Yeah, not excited about that. So this will definitely have to be a pass for me. And it is starting to break down around my wrinkles around my lips. It's starting to break up in my forehead. So not a big fan. Too bad. I really do love finding great deals or affordable makeup. This just didn't hit the bill for me this time. The Superstay, I mean, I feel like it's kind of disappeared on me. I didn't set it or anything, but it definitely, yeah, I'll maybe have to give this a try during the week, maybe with my Holy Grail color corrector underneath to see if that maybe does a little bit better. So I'm kind of meh on that right now. Loved the new brushes I tried. I didn't get a chance to try this one yet, but you will see this in an upcoming makeup video. But I used these 3 brushes. Super excited about those. Let's see, obviously my Holy Grail of my contour. This was a new to me. Let's go ahead and use the highlighter. I didn't use the highlighter, so let's just go ahead and put on a little bit of highlighter. I'm going to use my Sigma F79. It's probably not even really for this, but I'm just going to tap it in and just run a little bit of highlighter on my nose, just at the top of my cheekbones. So I use this whole thing now. The blush is very pretty. The bronzer is probably just a little too light for me in this. Maybe I'll try a little more. I've never tried one of the Physician Formula bronzers. I know that sounds really strange. It seems like that would be an affordable brand that I would try. I just haven't tried it yet. So definitely I'm gonna need to get a darker version of that. But the blush is very nice. They're very soft. They feel good. So impressed by this. Again, this Lumi blush, really liking it. I can't wait for the fall months to give these darker colors a little more amp up on my cheeks. But this is very pretty. We'll see how it holds up during the day, but I'm very impressed with this so far. The Scandalize mascara. Not super volumizing, but again, I just put on 1 coat. So we'll have to play with this a little bit more for the days that I'm not wearing my lashes. Epic fail on the Essence Like a Boss ink brow gel. Just definitely not something that is going to work for me because I have very thin, sparse brows. I think if you have very full, fluffy brows, this might be a product that will work for you, but definitely is not somebody like me who needs to actually draw in brows almost. This is just not a product that's gonna work for me. The lip combination, liking so far. I'm so shocked at this lip liner is so light. Probably won't be using this again. It's just a little bit too light. I like my liners to either match my lip color or be even a little bit darker, and this was just way too light. So I'm really surprised because by the color here, it looks like it would be a lot darker. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. This is a nice, again, it's just a standard bullet lipstick. It's not gonna stay on very long, but definitely I'll have to play with the lip oil. It feels very nice, very cushiony, very nice. I do have extra dry lips, so lip oils, creamier lipsticks, lip glosses, all of that was much better for my lips. So liked that combination. Nothing to brag home about. So I think, oh, let's talk about the eyeshadow. We'll have to give this a try. I kind of withhold my judgment. I'm going to give this a try with some eye primer on. Maybe that will help. I still feel like it went on a little bit patchy. I did have a little bit of issue with my liner glue for my lashes going over the eyeshadow, which I haven't had a ton of problems with that with my other eyeshadows. So I'll have to play with that a little bit more. Could be the lash glue just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. So I'll have to reserve my judgment. I felt like it did go on a little bit patchy. It was not my favorite application. You know, it's a very pretty story, but you can see it looks like this is almost hard panned. And I actually really did like this outer color. However, you know, it went on the patchiest of all of them. So we'll have to play with this one some more. Not a big fan. Definitely the eyeshadow palette I tried last week, the Magnify Eyes, the violet one. Stunning, gorgeous, loved it. I'm wearing my standard Ardell 421 lashes, and that is the final look for today. Now, all the items are linked down below, and just so you know, I do purchase all of this with my own money. I am not on any PR list. I don't get any products from anybody just yet. But I do purchase this with all my own money. And so the links that are listed below, I do earn a very small commission if you purchase anything from there. You're not obligated to, you can find it on your own. But it does support me, it does support the channel, and I'm very grateful and thankful for all of you that take the time to watch my videos. And I want to remind you, and you need to remember, that you get to choose every day to dress with purpose.